This, hang on, let me get the, hang on a minute. You know, let me mute this while I do this from now on. Okay, while I see how I'm muting this? I got smart. Oh shoot, I got my thing on my head. I got to get my hair cut like Monday, so I have this fountain on my head to keep it out of my eyes. Out of my eyes. This is the actual Ludwig 6.5x14 Lud Alloy snare drum I used in the John Bonham's actual snare drum video. Now, I have to say this right off the bat. My video, Bonzoleum's video that I put out like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was, 2013 or 14 maybe, that's not really John Bonham's drum. It never had anything to do with Led Zeppelin, okay? I had a friend of mine play Paul Allen, who is a Brit. He had to be convincing. And we made that video for fun. Because at some point, man, I'm going to find somebody for real just like that. But that's the closest thing I could come up with. Again, so this drum was a prop from that video. It is a 6.5x14 super sensitive from maybe 1974 or 5, I think. Serial number is 1. I don't know what the next one is, but it's in the millions, right? Great drum. I did put on a small knob tone control because the one that was on there that you see in the video, it was broken. Even though it was on there, there was something stripped, so I had to take it off. And plus, I just like these anyway. I just do. I like the small knob. I was going to keep this, but I figured I might as well sell it. So I just have a lot of stuff. Somebody did ask, sent me an email like today. They're like, hey, do you have any beater 6.5x14 Ludwigs, like metal ones? I'm like, yeah, well, even beaters go for some dough, But this one might mean something to somebody who liked the video. So that's why I was intending to auction it. So this one doesn't count as one I had lying around, okay? Anyway, so I used this in the video. There's a nickel WFL butt plate on it. It's the only one I had, so that might be worth something to somebody. And then I put on a Slingerland, a new old stock Slingerland rapid throw-off that I had. I bought it like Kagan and Gaines Music like 25 years ago. They had it in the drawer, brand new, unused, probably been in there at that time for 25 years. But it has the same hole spacing as a Ludwig P83. And plus, I think that they don't look as cool as Ludwigs, but I think they're a better built strainer, okay, than a P83 because it's a little more rugged and simple. Anyway, so this is the drum, okay? I did one of the lugs I found out later had started to strip. So I replaced it. I didn't have any extra Imperials around, so I put an Acrolite or a classic bow lug on, okay? So that's so it's 9 Imperial lugs and then the bow lug. My name is written on it, which I can get off there. This is the drum I actually used in the audition. Ouch! Sorry. This is the drum I actually used in the audition for the Zepp band. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's how much faith I actually had in that drum, seriously. But remember, it's kind of, let me see how it sounds. Let's see how this baby. I tuned it up for that, yeah, it's just loud in the room, so I sort of deadened it a little. But let me see what the hell else I did. Let me double, oh, wait a minute, I don't have the throw on. Well, I have the tone control way on. Remember, in Bonhamburg, you just want to touch it a little. Remember, you should mute your snare. A really ringy snare drum sounds good in very little, you'd be surprised, studio recordings. Okay, so that muffler's off. You know what I mean? Even just a little bit. Because Bonham slightly muffled his snare. He just did, I'm telling you. You see him farting around with the Moby Dick stuff. Anyway, back to this snare. Hang on a minute. Okay, maybe let me get this off. Aha! All right. I know it's wrong. Snare wires aren't so bad. They're pretty good at the tension. Hang on. Come on. Give it. Hang on a minute here. So, I'm doing the quick feeler on the bottom. I might crank the bottom a teensy bit. Not crank. Maybe like 1/8 turns. Oh, yeah. So you have to have kind of a feel for it. You got to develop a feel kind of for the tension. Let me try that. So I tightened up. Let me see what the pitch of this guy is. Sorry this is such a long video for this snare drum. Okay, yeah, this had to be But you got to be, it will change the perceived tune of the top head, though. Because remember, when you have a tom-tom that you like the way it feels, you want a little higher pitch, you can turn the bottom head up a little, and the whole pitch of the drum will come up. It's much same here. It is the Rezo head, but it'll still have some impact on the tone of the top. All right, hang on. We're almost there. Okay, but now what I have to do with the top head, there's a sagger in here. Something's kind of not tuned like the others. Uh-oh. Ah, that's where the... Ah! Hang on. Hang on. As time went by, Bonham started to tune his snare drum higher, in my opinion. So by the time you get to Presence, even though it sounds mushy, it's in through the outdoor. It's, you know, as we know, it's higher pitched like Fool in the Rain and stuff. But anyway, I'm still messing around with this. Remember that me. Hang on, let me get the. See, I like this here too. Do you notice where I also put? Oh, never mind. That's where it always is. I used to sometimes put it here, but anyway. Oh, there we go. Now, something's up, though. Let me turn that down a teeny bit, the one I cranked. Oh, nope, we're going to leave that guy up. But, hang on. Turn that on a little bit, hang on. And them down. There we go, hang on. Okay, we're getting, so what happens sometimes is sometimes you need, there'll be a dead zone where no matter what you're kind of do, something's funky. So what you have to do is make sure the one that you're rim shotting is at least where the others are. Because a lot of time on these old Ludwig Supras and snares, they're 1.6 mil on the rims. So sometimes when you rim shot, that vibration very slowly unwinds your thing. So you can get a lug lock or whatever. But hey, here we are. Anyway, so... boop, 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 boop. Yeah. You listen to Since I've Been Loving You. It's really all through Zeppelin 4. There's a Zeppelin mutes his drums. I'm not going to go off onto a Bonzoleum tangent here. I'm just selling this drum. It's the prop drum I used again in the video for John Bonham's actual snare drum, but the video was a spoof. It's supposed to be funny. It's not the actual. It's not John Bonham's snare drum in that video. It's absolutely not. Disclaimer right now. If you think it is, it's not. This is the prop drum I used. A great converted, super sensitive. I converted to superphonic via the parts I just mentioned, which you'll see in the auction. Great sounding drum. So if you want a part of Bonzoleum history, oh, that Tom went to heck in a handbag. So, hang on, again, my rim shots. I hit rim shots on these guys. Something's baggy. Isn't there something baggy in that floor, Tom? Ah. Hang on, I like this. I'm trying to get my left hand. I'm getting away from that German grip. Look at that, even with my shakes. To more French. Hang on a second. Okay, so hang on. Anyway, so the prop, okay, an actual Ludwig snare drum, starting at 1 cent. Get it for 50 if it only goes for 50. Okay, one thing I do want to point out, which you'll see in the description, there's some pitting and like oxidizing at the bearing edge, okay? I just went right over it with the head. I think it sounds great. You can get some 2 maybe steel, I'm sorry, 4 3, a steel one maybe. And just go over, you know, it's a player. Just go over that crustiness will come right off. I just didn't do it. I was lazy. And again, this is one I used in the failed audition for the Zeppelin band that I wanted to get in and make all kinds of money. So more videos on the way. Please subscribe. Don't forget about this disc that I'm selling on my Kingish, Kingish, the same as the other drums and cymbals I'm selling. On the radio, blah, blah, blah. See if you can buy one, blah, blah, blah. More covers on the way, too, okay? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And I really appreciate the fact that a lot of people really like my channel. I really do. It makes me very happy, okay? Thank you. Have a good weekend.
This video brought to you by Terry Keating Greatest Hits. Look for it on eBay.